Hello everyone and welcome to the next part of Tekkit. This episode I'm going to show you how to get a little bit more productive and get a bit more use out of your materials that you've been collecting. So I need to apologise, it's the second time I've tried recording this because the first time I managed to mess up the recording. So I've got some of the materials already made that we need. I've also separated all my chests into useless crap and half decent stuff. I've also made myself a normal crafting table because I'm going to actually show you the recipes for how to make these in case you don't want to use this table here. Now I also apologise, last time I was using the wrong version of the texture pack, so none of the Tekkit stuff was actually in this fancy textures, it was all the default textures. So what we're going to do first is we're going to make what's called a macerator, and a macerator is going to take each of your ores and it will grind it up into dust like this. But what you get is for each ore you'll get 2 dusts, and then you can then smelt the dust to make 1 ingot per dust. So basically you get twice as many ingots out of your ores. So what we need to do for that is we're going to need 9 refined iron. Now refined iron is made by putting a normal iron ingot into a furnace again. So you smelt an iron ingot and you get a refined iron. So we're going to need 9 of those. We're going to need 3 copper. We're going to need, put your sticky resin in the furnace and you'll get rubber. So you need 6 rubber. We're also going to need, what else are we going to need? We're going to need 2 cobblestone and 3 flint and 2 redstone. So what we need to do first is we need to make a machine block. Now a machine block is the basis of any machine really. So you just get refined iron, 8 of these, and it will make a machine block. So grab one of those. What you'll also need to then make is some copper wire. Now 3 copper like this will make uninsulated copper wire. You don't want to be using that because if you lay that on the ground, when current's going through it you can electrocute yourself and you'll start taking damage. So you need to get the rubber and coat it in that and you'll get copper cables, which obviously have the cabling and you won't get electrocuted. Fantastic. Okay, so now you've got that, these will be used to make what's called an electric circuit. So get a refined iron and a redstone each side and then put your cables and you'll get an electronic circuit. And then what you need to do is to make the macerator is you put your electronic circuit at the bottom, machine block in the middle, a cobblestone each side, and then 3 flint across the top. And there you go, you get a macerator. So I shall pop that there. There you go. Now the way this works is you've got the fuel in the bottom, you've got the ore at the top, and then the outcome on the right here. These slots I'll show you later on because these are for upgrade parts, so you don't really need to worry about those just yet. That's about it really. I mean, this runs off electricity. You won't be able to use normal fuels that you use in furnaces and such, so I'll show you how to connect that up. But next what we're going to make is we're going to make what's called an extractor. Now an extractor, you also need to make a machine block and you need to make some copper cables again so you can make a circuit. So I'm going to need 2 redstone, but this time instead of using the flint and the cobblestone, you'll need to make tree taps, and you'll need 4 tree taps, so remember the recipe for that. Now these tree taps need to be brand new ones, you can't use ones that have had any durability taken out of them. So again with the copper cables, this is one of the recipes you're going to learn really quickly how to make because you're going to be doing a hell of a lot of it. So we go electronic circuit, then you need your machine block again, tree taps like that. There you go, and you've got an extractor. So what an extractor will do is it will put your, I mean it would be used in another few things later on, but at the first you're going to use it for your sticky resin. Same thing again, power source, it takes electricity, so not fuels. You put your sticky resin in the top, but instead of just putting it in a furnace and getting 1 rubber per resin, put it in this and you'll get 3 rubber per resin, so you're being more productive by 3 times. Fantastic. Okay, and then what we need to make is we need to make, have I got any stuff that I need for this? I need to make a generator. So what we need is we're going to need 3 refined iron, 5 iron, going to need 2 redstone, 3 copper, 6 rubber, we're going to need another 2 redstone, 2 tin ores, and we're going to need 8 cobble. So that's all the stuff you should need. Now, oh actually, I'm going to get another 2 redstone because I'm going to show you how this macerator works. Now, it will take power off of a generator or an electric kind of system that we're going to set up later on, but until that point, you can use redstone to power it. So, if I put your tin ore in the top here, this will kind of take the power, store a little bit of power in there, which is why it sucked up both the redstone. And then this progress bar will work across, and then what you'll see is it will take one of these ores, bam, 2 dust for 1 ore. So then what you can do is, let me get a coal here, and then that will start doing its thing. So while that's doing that, we're going to make some more copper wires again. There we go. Now, I didn't need 2 of those. We're also going to need to make another furnace. Now, we need to make an iron furnace. An iron furnace has 2 ways of making. You can either get 8 iron bars and put them around in a circle like you do with a furnace, but if you want to save your ores, you can make it in another way. So there's 2 recipes for this, and doing it this way saves you 3 iron, which is always better. So here you go, an iron furnace. Iron furnace is good, but we're not going to use one just yet because we can get an electric furnace soon, which is a bit more efficient. I'm just going to turn that rain off because that's irritating. Okay, so how's this getting on? There we go, there's our tin dust. The 2 tin dust can go in there. So here you go, we've got 2 tin already. So that's ready to be in the final recipe, that's ready. What we need to make now is just a battery. So we need 4 tin for that. We also only need 1 copper cable. Ah, we're done. See if this will do it. That should burn that one. I don't want to use a whole coal, so just chuck that in there. There we go. So the recipe for a battery is 2 tin each side, redstone in the middle for the electric core, and then for the electric plate on the top. There you go. So you get an RE battery. Now you can charge these or you can use them in recipes and things like that, but we're going to use it for the recipe at the moment. So what we do is we get the iron furnace, we get 3 refined iron and then a battery at the top, and this will make a generator. So I'm going to pop that in the middle there. Now what this will do is you put this will take normal fuels, so things like coal and wood and sticks and saplings and all that rubbish, and it will burn it and it will generate power. Now this is like a capacitor, so it will store power in here, but it won't hold that much. But it will also distribute directly to anything connected to it, or to wires that are connected to it. So as we've only got these 2 machines here at the moment, I'm just going to pop them right next to it. And let me grab a one of these coal cokes, and I'll show you how it works. See, what that's doing is that's now charging these up, the macerator and the extractor, and then it will start charging its own capacitor there, and that will keep going until this runs out, and you can keep putting fuel in it and all of that. So there we go. That means then you can run your macerator without having to worry about using up your redstone. You can just bung a load of stuff in here, and there we go. So you've increased your productivity for your sticky resin because you've got 3 rubber now each, and also your macerator, you're getting 2 bars out of every ore. So there we go, got all the recipes and all of that, and that coal coke has done quite well there. Obviously a normal coal would have done half as much as that. And let's just see how this is coming along quite nicely. Got another 14 coal coke there, and you can see we've got some creosote oil coming along. So I can whack that in there, and there we go. That's going to help us for generating our power. It's going to do quite nicely. So that's all I'm going to show you for this episode. On the next one we'll probably get a bit more power storage going on. We'll start making some battery boxes and things to hold our power a bit better, so we don't have to keep topping this up with fuel. And maybe we'll make an iron furnace as well to get our dust and our ores burning a bit more quickly. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.